The presiding judge at the Tecate Harbour Circuit Court in the Western Region has ordered a pregnancy test at an accredited health facility to be performed on Rosemary Fiaku, the woman who stole a one-year-old baby from her mother in Tecate. This was after the suspect pleaded guilty to the charge of child stealing in court and claimed she was pregnant. She subsequently told the court she lost her pregnancy as a result of brutality she suffered at the hands of the police whilst in custody. Her boyfriend, Losing Latte, has however denied any complicity in the crime. A report by Inathalia Concern.
Residents of Tecate besieged the Harbour Circuit Court, eager to observe proceedings of the child theft case. The suspect, Rosemary Fiaku, who allegedly stole a one-year-old baby at the Tecate Market Circle last Friday, pleaded guilty to charges of child theft and begged for forgiveness. Her accomplice and boyfriend, Latte Lawson, denied any knowledge of the crime. Lawson's lawyer, Emmanuel Arthur, told the court his client was misled. He explained that Rosemary Fiaku and Lawson had a baby together, but he traveled when the baby was just 4 months old. Upon return, he inquired the whereabouts of his son, and Rose delayed in bringing the son, only for her to bring a baby after 4 days of intense pressure.
He's been in a relationship with the lady. At a point, the lady said she had taken a seat. So he believed her. Unknown to him, that seed was aborted as a miscarriage. But she continued to give the impression to my client that indeed she had delivered. So occasionally during the night hours, she will bring the child to my client and show the child to him that this is your son. My client naively also believed that indeed that is the son. But after 4 months, he traveled and came back recently and started demanding his son from A1, the woman. So after about 3 or 4 days, the woman came back and said, this is your son, and dumped the boy on him. He also naively believed that this was his son. After 4 months, natural, by then the child should be about a year, 1 month. So he sincerely also believed that this was his son. I even gave him a name, Ibrahim, and started foolishly parading around that, hey, this is my son. But then we all behave naively sometimes, which you cannot really punish him for that. So we'll see how the case will go. But I can tell you that this is not a matter that he's going to get a conviction for it, especially when the girl has pleaded guilty that he stole the child.
Rosemary Fiaku then announced in court that she is pregnant. The court, however, ordered a pregnancy test to be conducted on Rose before she reappears on April 5, 2019. Inathalia Kwanzas reports for Joy News.
Insura News has uncovered activities of a student who takes nude photos and videos of female students at the University of Energy and Natural Resources in Sunyani for purposes of blackmail. Victims of the scandal say they've been left with psychological and emotional trauma, forcing some of them to leave the school entirely. Though the authorities have been made aware of the conduct of the final year student, no disciplinary action has been taken. Mingteo has been following up and has come through with this report.
All level 100 female students first received WhatsApp messages inviting them to join Hookup, a dating network on campus, promising them rich white partners. New entrants are required to send nude pictures and videos to an unidentified person via Tigo, Vodafone or MTN number to facilitate the process. The unsuspecting students, after sending the nude materials, later received threatening messages from different lines asking them to pay between 800 and 4,300 Ghana cedis. They are also to give in for sexual affair with the anonymous caller or risk having the pictures and videos put in the public domain.
He asked me to come and meet him so that we will go to a hotel and have sex something. And I told him, no, I can't do that.
Akosia, not her real name, is a victim.
So he just comes to you and pretends to be a white man and then asks for the pictures. Then he tells you, he said, it's a lot. So mine, it wasn't necessarily because he would promise you money and all that.
She has been telling me her Halloween experience, a situation she says affected her relationship with both male and female friends.
Okay, it has affected my life very much because it happened at home, but when I came to school the following semester, every time someone is approaching me, I feel like the person is staring at me too much, so it caused that kind of social fear. So I was scared of everyone.
The story of 20-year-old Mavis, not her real name, is different. Unlike others, she did not send her nude pictures and videos as advertised. She says she was asleep in her hostel room when the suspect, who supposedly on a visit to a colleague, took undue advantage to take pictures and videos of her. According to her, the suspects pestered her to transfer money to him after sending her nude pictures to her mother, a situation which left her stressed up.
Actually, with Ami's case, she didn't even, the sad part of it is she didn't even send her news out. Actually, she was sleeping. Excuse me to say, she didn't watch herself. So she was sleeping carelessly in her room. Someone entered the room and took a picture of her and used that picture to blackmail her. So she was even innocent about the whole deal. What she saw or she knew was that her picture is out and they are blackmailing her. The day I saw Amma, I was very, very sad because I saw her when she came to level 100. At that time, I was the women's commissioner. She was a very beautiful lady with going on with her academic life. Everything was perfect. And later I saw Amma sick. You can't even, it was so sad. That day I cried.
She has since changed schools, citing insecurity and lack of action by university authorities. Ensure news sources say though sanctions were recommended against Mr. Ofoi, nothing was done. Amid such adversity, another victim, 20-year-old Eva, mustered courage and reported the matter to Sunyani District Police Command. It followed distribution of her nude pictures and video to some students, whilst the suspect demanded 4,300 Ghana cedis from her.
Actually, he's called Benjamin Ofoi. He asked me to pay 4,300, and I told him I don't have that kind of money. Then he said I should sell my laptop and my mobile phone, so I'll give him the money. Then I said okay, but I didn't give him the money.
Police investigations led to the retrieval of 2 SIM cards, one bearing a Tigo number the suspect used to distribute the nude pictures and videos of the complainant. District Commander DSP Franklin Kremo says the suspect confessed to the offense. Eva tells Israel News she is happy to have blown the suspect's cover.
I felt that I was scared and I was terrified too, so when I went to the police, I think that was the best thing I could do because I don't want him to keep threatening me. So I had to go to the police station and make a report.
Benjamin Ofoi initially denied knowledge of circulation of the nude pictures and videos.
I don't have any idea about circulation of any nude pictures or whatsoever.
He later accused university authorities of hiding behind fund misappropriation war he started against the SRC to victimize him. When I tried to understand the link between the 2 incidents, however, he confirmed having been arrested in February last year, while the alleged misappropriation also occurred in June last year.
Well, for me, I don't want to draw any link. But the thing is that you think you have an issue you want to pursue, and so you ask the police to help you. I don't have any problem. We are trying the matter.
The Student Representative Council faults university authorities for inaction. In a letter dated March 7, 2019, and addressed to the Vice-Chancellor, the Student Council expressed worry over authorities' failure to act. Yabua Mudok is SRC president.
We fear that if this thing is, there's no punitive action measured out to this boy, eventually serve bad precedent for discipline in the school, because what would then be your yardstick to discipline someone else who does something wrong? We, the SRC, are not comfortable with the fact that nothing has been done to this gentleman, and we feel that there should be an action to serve as deterrence and at least closure on the part of the victims.
University authorities, however, say they have done their best, despite what they describe as impediments in their way by the suspects. Apia Kubi, a spokesperson.
It has not taken the university very long to deal with the issue. After the police started their investigations, they've charged him before the law court. And in the university, there are processes and procedures. We have also activated our disciplinary committee.
The Ghana Police Service says the officer who was caught on video brutalizing a nursing mother in a banking hall is facing a disciplinary panel after he was discharged by an Accra Circuit Court. Lance Corporal Frederick Amano Goji, aka Scala, was charged with assault when he allegedly beat a customer of Midland Savings and Loans in July last year when she went there to withdraw her money. Though Lance Corporal Goji was interdicted over the assault, he has since returned to post. But Director General of Public Affairs, ACP David Eklu, says the officer is barred from some aspects of policing until the internal disciplinary process has been exhausted. He has been speaking on Ghana Police Watch.
The administrative action should have been taken long ago, but there was a slight delay because he was interdicted, and then the trial at the court also went on. So you cannot be trying him administratively whilst the court case was going on.
Right.
And if he had been convicted by the courts for assault or any other thing, automatically he would have been dismissed. But this didn't happen. The courts discharged him for want of prosecution. So now that he's back in the service, we have to take him through the administrative procedures, which is ongoing. It will have been faster anyway, so that at least to continue the action that we took. Because as soon as the video came out and he was identified, he was arrested and placed in custody. After that, he was interdicted. And then the criminal trial went on and was truncated at the court. So the administrative procedures are going on. And what I also want to indicate is that he is no longer performing guard duties. He no longer has access to arms, but he is performing some other duties that will not require him to be in constant touch with the public until the administrative procedures are concluded. Now, per the police service regulation, if you interdict an officer or suspend an officer, you have to finish all the processes within 90 days. After 90 days, you have to automatically bring him back into the service. It happened in a certain case.
The recent case of the brawl between a police officer and a trotro driver and his mate and the alleged assault of some Ghanaian Times staff has brought to the fore complaints about police brutality. Though ACP Eklu could not confirm allegations the driver and his mate were brutalized by the police, he strongly cautioned officers to desist assaulting suspects, warning they could face severe sanctions.
And it is also made known to officers during their training. But the gap is that between the training school, when you graduate or you pass out, and you meet real life situations on the ground, training should be continued. That's why if you look at the transformation agenda, it is continuous training, because officers need to be reminded. You see, an arrest is defined by law in the Criminal Procedure Act. So that if I have to arrest you, you should be told in the language that that person understands. That's also some difficulties around the law there. And an arrest doesn't mean you slap the officer, the suspect. Yes. An arrest doesn't mean that after you have restrained the suspect, you should go ahead and be kicking him. It is wrong. So police officers should know, and a lot of them know, but others who feel that the uniform gives them extra powers beyond what is defined by law should be very careful. And a lot of police officers have fallen into trouble because of that. And the way the administrative procedures or punishment is meted out in the police service, some of them, if you're not, apart from the family member or the colleagues at the station, you might not know, because some could be a sergeant, and the sergeant will have 3 stripes.
On police officers taking offense when they are being filmed, ACP Aklu stated there is no law prohibiting police officers being filmed whilst performing their official functions, but he urged the public to be circumspect. We're taking a break here on Joy News Prime. Still ahead in the bulletin, Minority Leader questions last-minute amendment to RTI bill to make the Information Minister the supervising minister. And then we'll bring you business, where the cedi's woes continue to deepen again as it depreciates towards the 6 cedis to $1. Stay tuned in, we'll be back in a bit. Minority Leader Haruna Idrisu says the Right to Information Bill passed by the House on Tuesday night does not have enough policy credibility, explaining a last-minute amendment to make the Information Minister the supervising minister instead of the Attorney General was a bad move. Mr. Idrisu says RTI is a corruption-fighting legislation and should be shepherded by the AG.
An important legislation which can strengthen the hand of government and parliament and other allied institutions entrusted with the mandate to combat corruption. What corruption hates is darkness. A right to information bill shines the sun. So right to information belongs to what we, in governance on corruption, a sunshine legislation. I believe that the government have already lost it. Lost it because the shepherding minister has been reduced to the Ministry of Information. Right to information is not about propaganda or government information or government misinformation. It's about the right of access to information to aid in exposing what decisions that the executive, parliament, and others may take. So in my view, to substitute the Attorney General for the Minister of Information itself waters down the policy credibility of a right to information. And Attorney General, because the mandate to combat corruption and to fight white-collar criminality, economic crime, and others rests on the shoulders of the Minister for Justice and learned Attorney General.
But former Chairman of Parliament's Subsidiary Legislation Committee, Mahama Yariga, disagrees.
I don't think so. I don't think the fact that it is now the Minister of Information has any impact negatively on the outcome, because essentially it is about the collection, the management, and access to information. When it comes to corruption issues, accountability issues, the Attorney General can always take them up, whether it's in the energy sector, it's in the housing sector, it's in the education sector. Any other sector has to do with the law. So when you violate it, the Attorney General's office can take it up. So we can't say that because it has been moved from the Ministry of Justice and Attorney General to information, then we are weakening it. Because when we do that, we're also creating a problem. We're creating the impression that, information-related issues are about fighting corruption. I'm saying that it's only in a minority of cases that accessing information is to enable you to fight corruption. When you, as journalists, seek information to report on social issues, on economic issues, is to aid general economic development. Honestly, there are very few cases where it is usually about corruption. Most of it is about, social economic development. I don't think that the media sits there just to expose wrongdoing. The media sits there to throw light on economic issues, on social issues, on development issues generally, and where corruption and abuse is impeding progress in these areas, then the media also throws light on that and wants information to be able to throw light on that. But principally, it is not about, fighting corruption or abuse.
We're taking a break to bring you business news, but much later on in the bulletin, Achimota School, Adan Senior High School, and Ganata SHS have booked places in this year's National Science and Maths Quiz final. We'll have that coming up later on. But in lack of space and equipment at the neonatal intensive care unit at the Ntoam Government Hospital has forced officials to keep preterm babies on tabletops and on drawers. The situation, according to authorities there, predisposes the babies to all manner of infections, which could result in an increase in neonatal deaths. Komla Adom has more.
Another day, same situation which has persisted here at the neonatal intensive care unit of Nsawam Government Hospital since the last 5 years. Evelyn recently delivered triplets at the facility. It's day 41 since then, and she remains at the hospital, giving her 3 preterm babies some kangaroo care together with her mother. A form of care for preterm and low-weight babies in which the babies are kept chest to chest and skin to skin with their mother or caregiver to stimulate proper breathing in the baby and also help the mother produce adequate breast milk for the child.
According to nurses, the time I was say I could be the baby as no. Me manenya into your have say penkolani weight.
I have triplets. We've been admitted here so my babies can gain the right weight.
Na ba koda ho nti after 2 hours na me yi ba kwa san to na ma san de ba kwa aka ho nti another 2 hours na ma san yo mo.
She will spend many more days here until the condition of her preterm children improves. Evelyn is just one of many mothers here keeping watch over their preterm babies. In an overcrowded makeshift room, 10 mothers are crammed here, breastfeeding their preterm babies. They occasionally wipe out sweat from their faces in the room with poor ventilation. Cindy has been here for nearly a week, but she's already frustrated.
There is no space here. Our babies are exposed to diseases. Even we, the mothers, are at risk.
The situation is compounded by the lack of equipment to hold most of the babies. Another mother, Comfort, who is feeding her preterm baby, laments there are not enough baby cots. Health officials have used curtains and cardboards to line the few cots here.
There are no proper cots. Some of the babies are put on tables.
Some of the preterm babies are kept and treated on tabletops. The neonatal intensive care unit, a room as small as a cubicle store, has only 2 functioning incubators. The more than 10 mothers here giving care to their premature babies are feeling the heat. Dr. Dorcas Esina is a medical staff at the facility.
The major challenges that we have is the space. Our space in here is small. I think our birth rate has increased. And then there's a lot of birth complications that we have now, like the complications that lead to giving birth to preterm babies. It has made our preterm deliveries higher, making our space very small. And in our NICU, it's not only preterm babies that we see. There is neonatal intensive care unit, so we see other sick babies there. So the space is very small, and then because our space is small, the things that we need to bring, like more cots, more incubators, we cannot bring it in there because the space is small.
Apart from the lack of space here for the mothers, the neonatal intensive care unit lacks some equipment too. Senior nursing officer here, Gladys Komodatam, has been explaining.
One of our biggest problems also is accommodation for the mothers. Most of them, when they come, some of them, they come from far places, Kaswa and all that. And they have to be going home and coming to breastfeed their babies because we don't have accommodation here for them. So we are pleading for help. If we get accommodation here for them, it will help. When the babies are crying, you can easily go and call them. They come and breastfeed them. Also, we need some chairs here for them. Looking at it, it's only one chair that is here, and with many mothers here, it's really a problem for us.
In 2014, 542 newborn babies were admitted at the Nsawam Government Hospital. Out of the number, 82 were born prematurely. 11 of them died, representing 13%, and 18 of them were referred to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. In 2015, 3 babies died in January alone. The 3 were out of 20 babies taken to the intensive care unit. Between January and March 2017, 1,400 deliveries were recorded at the Nsawam Government Hospital. Out of the number, 39 of them were born prematurely, and 6 of them died.
Authorities made the appeal when they took delivery of some food items and medical supplies from the J Foundation, a non-governmental organization aimed at helping premature babies and their nursing mothers over the weekend. The foundation donated medical supplies, food items and some equipment to the neonatal intensive care unit after touring the facility. Now, we've made efforts to speak with the district Health Directorate over the challenges in the hospital, but they have declined to speak to the matter. District Chief Executive for Nsawam Adrejiri, Isaac Kwejo Boabing, however, tells Joy News officials of the Assembly will visit the hospital later on Friday to assess the extent of their challenges in an attempt to find some solutions. And we're taking a break here now to bring you showbiz. But still ahead in the bulletin, Achimota School, Adan Senior High School and Ganata SHS booked places in this year's National Science and Maths Quiz.
Achimota School, 43 points. Well done, contestants. Congratulations, Achimota.
The Member of Parliament for Chifohimang Lower Dentra, Bright Reku Brobe, is asking for support for the people of Chifohimang following the devastation of the town in a rainstorm Sunday night. At least 21 persons were injured and many properties, including schools, were destroyed in a 30-minute storm. Even though the National Disaster Management Organization has been to the community to assess the damage, the MP says his constituents are at their wits' end and need a lot more support so they could recover. Richard Kwejo has been speaking with a Member of Parliament for the area.
Affected schools in Chifohimang are yet to resume classes after the rainstorm. Not only has the situation made hundreds homeless, but many are yet to recover from the hospital after sustaining injuries. Member of Parliament for Chifohimang Lower Dentra, Bright Reku Brobe, says the situation is dire and needs the intervention of central government.
Yesterday morning, together with the Chief Executive, the NADMO team went to do assessments. As I speak with you, I've gotten some of the report. I would follow up myself at the NADMO headquarters. The extent of damage, I'm told about 150 or so buildings have been ripped off. Some have collapsed, stores and others are damaged. Particularly schools in the community have all gotten their roofs ripped off.
Bright Reku Brobe, who is also the Deputy Minister of Employment and Labour Relations, wants the community to go back to the planting of trees to serve as windbreaks should any disaster strike.
But the lesson point is that we must take our environmental issues seriously. Everywhere we are cutting trees and so on, and I am praying that some of these things would bring us together to ensure that we all tidy up our environment, particularly the tree planting exercise, which in the past we used to do.
Richard Kwejo, Joy News, Cape Coast.
A $23 million facility for research into advanced health conditions has been commissioned at the Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research. Experts say the new laboratory will help deal with many infectious diseases such as HIV/AIDS, Ebola, Lassa, and yellow fever in Ghana and the sub-region. The new facility is an expansion of the old Noguchi Memorial Institute. Joshua Smith has more in the following report.
Experts at the Noguchi Memorial Institute believe the ultra-modern facility will help tackle contagious and complicated diseases such as antimicrobial resistance. They explain the condition where bacteria becomes resistant to antibiotics has made it necessary for more advanced research into that area. The new laboratory, according to a microbiologist at the bacteriology department of the Advanced Research Laboratories, Dr. Bevelin Ejiri, is well equipped to handle many complex cases.
We receive samples from clinical infections such as blood, urine, cerebrospinal fluid, etc. We also receive our samples from food and water and also from livestock. When we receive the samples, we culture the bacteria, we identify the bacteria species, and we also determine the antimicrobial agents that are effective against these bacterial pathogens. As you may be aware, antimicrobial resistance is a major public health problem. It is estimated that globally, about 10 million people would die from antimicrobial resistant pathogens if we don't do anything about it. So as a department, we are involved in a number of activities such as surveillance of the resistant bats. We are also involved in training of lab staff so that they will be able to correctly identify the bacteria species and then also do correct antimicrobial susceptibility testing.
Senior Minister Yao Asafo-Mafo, who commissioned the $23 million research institute, was happy about the investment and pledged Ghana will help maintain the facility.
As you yourself hinted, what we should be proud of is this center and living for the future. If this center is going to continue to provide the service into the future and continue to provide that cutting-edge research, then we must provide the right type of maintenance to this edifice.
Japanese ambassador to Ghana, His Excellency Tsutomu Himino, challenged management and staff to maintain the facility to enable it serve its purpose for the expected lifespan.
Beyond today, besides research, maintenance is very important, particularly for this laboratory, which deal with the life and death issues. Good maintenance is crucial, and I'm very pleased this point was emphasized by the director, and also the JICA mentioned, Mr. Hoshi mentioned that we will continue with the support in that area.
Joshua Smith reports for Joy News.
Now, Achimota School, Adan Senior High School, and Ganata SHS have booked places in this year's National Science and Maths Quiz. The three were the final set of schools to qualify on the last day of the Greater Accra Regional Competition and will join other schools which have qualified from other parts of the country. Maxwell Agbagwa reports all the schools say they are already poised to win the ultimate prize in the competition.
The assembly hall of the Achimota School was filled with anxiety as the school battled to book a place in the national finals. The two-time winners were kicked out in the 1/8 stage during the 2018 national competition, and the journey to this year's final wasn't an easy feat as they came up against formidable schools including Wesley Grammar, English Yamanfro, and Nungwa Senior High Schools.
My diagonals intersect at right angles. Wesley Grammar School. Nungwa later, if possible. Rumbos. Nungwa. Kite. That is the answer. For 3 points. That brings us to the end of the contest. At the end of the contest, Here are the scores. Nungwa SHS, 14 points. Wesley Grammar School, 26 points. English Amanfrom SHS, 31 points. Achimota School, 43 points. Well done, contestants. Congratulations, Achimota.
The two students who represented Achimota School, Adai Poku Nanayao and Agrippa Pakwisikwa, say they are more than ready to go all out to win the 2019 national competition.
Win the finals and bring the cup back home. By God's grace. By God's grace, we bring the cup back to Achimota School. But, yeah, we've put in a lot of hard work. We know that with all our efforts and God on our side, we will surely win this year.
How confident are you?
I'm very confident.
At the beginning, there's a lot of tension on you because you're expected to put out your best and win. But during the competition, settled down and we were cool down and we were able to deliver.
Adan Senior High School beat Accra Girls, Kaneshi Senior High Technical School, and Holy Trinity Cathedral Senior High School to qualify to the national finals. Accra Girls scored the lowest points in that contest. The representatives of Adan Senior High School were overjoyed after making it through.
Last year, we didn't get it easy, but as we were coming, we had it in us that we are going to do all what we could to get to where we should be, and truly God has done it for us. So we are very, very excited. And we don't know, not only words cannot even express our feelings right now. We need to do a lot, but we don't know what to do.
Ashaman Senior High School and Ganata Senior High School also qualified.
Now, to the ordinary eye, they are designs printed on fabrics, but to those who know what a fabric design really is, they are not mere clothes, but with beautiful classic designs. They are carefully crafted messages composed into proverbs, cliches, innuendos, or street slogans. Take the Yentio Bia design, for instance, which is a line in the popular High Life song. Hanodame in the following Ghana Man feature focuses on the names and meanings of the various wax prints we wear, what they mean, and why you need to be careful what you wear.
I have an important function to attend this weekend. That's the engagement of my dear friend Linda. And we've all been told to wear a green fabric, but I do not have one. So here I am at the 31st December market to find out what kind of fabric I have to buy to such an important occasion. Oh, there I am. Okay, I can see one shop here. Hello. Good morning. How are you?
I'm great, and you?
I'm doing well. I like this. As if you knew I was going to buy a green fabric. I love this. I think I may have just gotten what I needed.
This one is actually called Sasawa.
Sasawa. Okay. Sasawa means
different kinds of patterns put together.
And then
this one we have the Abankawa.
Abankawa, which means
handcuff. Maybe you get a something referred to the police. Maybe you
Abankawa.
Abankawa.
So it means if you have a case with the police.
Yeah. This one is called Ukwawari Bisa.
Ukwawari Bisa. Ask before you go
in for the marriage. This one, it relates to the olden days. Before someone gets married, the family will go and check the family background, if there is maybe sickness in the family or even a good thing or bad thing. That's why they say Ukwawari Bisa. This one also is called Uwachudie Obako. And for yes, it means that we all one day we all pass on or something.
And that's with those. It looks like a ladder.
Yes,
Looks like a ladder. I like this one. I think I know this one. I don't know the tree name, but I know it's the back of the tortoise.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. And we all know, yeah, that's the design. That's the back of the tortoise.
Yes.
Why? What's the significance of the back of that tortoise?
You know, the back of the tortoise is very hard. You can't even break it.
So if you wear this,
it means you are strong.
Wow.
You are bold. You know, it's hard.
I expanded my search by visiting other shops where I first met Beatrice, who's been in this business for more than 30 years. This is gramophone. That's what our elders used in playing music. That's why they love to name the fabrics using natural elements. And that was to appreciate the creator. They also used items in the environment to signify the importance of This one is Afibi-san. That means we have encountered lots of difficulties in a particular year. We have the Holland type and the Parita type too. Now that one everyone can buy.
First, yeah, ma'am, and my dear pa. Mina na yin to maybe I don't want that by 50 years, 60 years. Oh, you chilawa.
The thing about this is that the Holland types were of good quality. So even the one my mother has 50 years ago is authentic than these new ones that we call small Holland.
Holland. Oh, Holland Ankasle. Insubra we say.
Your fabric is called insubra. It means a well where everyone can draw water from. That means you are very generous. I also sought the opinion of the youth in this business.
My dear Papa, be a son boy, I like something that is precious to you, something that you really cherish a lot. Okay, so that's what that can do anyway. And we have this one I can't explain. Yeah, now says to be like maybe a good person who is no more. Definitely you're not going to get the same person. So it's like to replace that person.
This woman has come to the shop to purchase bales of the fabric for a funeral. This fabric is called Obiabedu Dansipa. It means everyone shall speak well of you. We chose this for the funeral because our grandmother was a very good woman. Back to the first shop where I first visited for my beautiful fabric for the engagement.
That one is
I do have this one.
For the Sundays. They normally wear to church at Thanksgiving.
Okay. And it's called Obatampa.
Why you obedient? Nyame faukra insi.
That's what a good mother. You've done
good to people. So God should.
God should keep you. So no matter your emotion, no matter the occasion, wherever you are going, there are fabrics, wax springs that you can wear to signify exactly what you want to depict. We have seen there are some for funerals, there are some for engagements, there are some for outdoorings, there are some to appreciate your parents or guardians when they die. There are others that actually you can use to spite your enemy, which my friend here has told us is not necessarily good for you to wear it. There are some that signifies your character, charisma, and we saw one of them here. In the meantime, I have been told that I necessarily have to get this one for the engagement I am attending this weekend, and so I am going for Subra and Afibi sign, but that does not mean that I'm having a bad year. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
So here I am. I finally got what I wanted because I understood what it means to wear a very good fabric, very good wax springs to that occasion. That's so important to you. From the Makola Market here in Accra, my name is Hannah Odami for joining me.
That'll be it for the bulletin. My name is Israelite. Thanks very much for watching, and you have a good night.